Good evening. Let's see, public service announcement here, or maybe not, but please refrain from using your iPhone. Okay. Some things are more important than others. People come up here and they spend some time on preparing a story or whatever, and they come up here and it takes sometimes a great act of courage, you can imagine, speaking in front of people. And to look down and, as my friend Chris puts it, to see the blue glow of indifference on your face from your iPhone or your iPad or whatever, it doesn't help. So please stop that. What happened here? Whose lights went out? Anyway, please. Thank you. Anyway, that was that. Now I have here on the program here, this is Never Say This, and that was what I had prepared to put, just to put a few minutes between hello, good evening, nice to see you, and the first storyteller. But I decided I'm not going to say it tonight either. Never say this. But I did think of something. Let's see, if I had to give it a theme, because tonight's Anything Goes evening, which is always fun. To give it a theme, I would have to say it would be conflict resolution in different cultures. And let's see, not too long ago, I stopped at one of my cafes, and the women that work there, we usually exchange a few pleasantries and what's going on, and the faucet's leaking, and the was making a noise, or whatever. And one of them, Dao-chan, kind of got a little bit, and she kind of sidled up and she said, well, how much outside? I have to tell you, I want to talk to you about something. She says, well, there's a guy who comes in here recently, and he orders coffee in the evening, and he sits down and he opens his pocket, and he drinks his coffee. I said, what? Are you kidding me? Now this, my country is the Bronx. Now the conflict resolution here is to call the cops, get a baseball bat, do what they have to do, and this guy just knock on the head. But they were very reluctant to get the police involved because I said, well, you call the police. They said, well, yeah, but that's, I don't know, you probably know this, but in Japan, any kind of confrontation. Thank you very much, Stephen. I'll just pull the string. You say, the police is traumatic, whether you're the good guy or the bad guy, and you don't want to do it. So they were very reluctant. They said, what should we do? I said, well, you can. I said, first of all, does he? And they said, no. I said, okay, that's one line he has not crossed. I said, okay, well, you can call the police. You can make believe you call the police. You can yell at him. You can say something loud. But this has got to stop. And I said, if it gets serious, I said, do you feel any threat? And they said, no, we don't feel any threat. It's very mild. I said, if you ever feel threatened in this situation or in another, you get out of the store. That's the first thing to do. And then you yell. But don't yell help. Don't yell rape. Don't yell burglary, because that's someone else's problem. Yell fire, because that involves the person that you're hearing the word. So I'm a teacher for a long time ago. So I said, okay, next time he comes, you can also call me, because I'm usually never more than 10 minutes away from the shops. It tells you a little bit about my life. And so I'll come over. So 2 nights later, sure enough, I'm in the car, not too far from the cafe, and I get the call, the guy is here. So I drove over, and I said, well, is his fly open? And Nao-chan said, just a minute. Just a minute. Yeah. So now, I know where the phone is, and I know where the counter is, and I know where the guy is sitting, so it had to be something like this. Oh, hello. Timing. Are we back? Yeah. Okay. It'd have to be something sort of like this. Yeah, he's here. This is flower. Just a minute, I'll check. Yeah, it's open, yeah. Sorry, maybe not worth it. But anyway, so I said, okay, I'll be right there. I was only 2 minutes away, so I drove over and I walk in, and I was sitting at the counter. He's a very mild fellow, you know, you look anything threatening at all. He's sitting there, and usually protocol says, or courtesy says, you keep one face open next to the person. When you sit at the counter, I sat right next to him. And I just sat there, and I didn't look, but I kind of looked. And I said, my staff says you come here often. He said, yeah, I live in the neighborhood. I said, you live in this neighborhood? I said, where? He said, on Muromachi Street. I said, I used to live on Muromachi Street. Did you go? What school did you go to? He said, Muromachi Elementary School. I said, my daughter went to Muromachi Elementary School. I said, it was a small one. And so we had a conversation, but I said, you know something, this thing that you're doing here is, it doesn't work. I mean, it doesn't fly, you might say. Sorry, I had to do it. I had to. I said, this is not good. And I said, the staff don't like it. Well, kimochi wada, to translate that, it just doesn't feel right. So I'd really like you to stop. So he kind of went, and then he sat back, and we had a conversation. He finished his coffee and he left. And I said to the staff, do you feel okay? You feel safe with this? And he said, yeah, it's okay. So that was the end of that. That was it. And except that 2 days later, I went back to the store and I said, this guy ever come back again? And they said, yeah, he did. He came in the next evening with a bouquet of flowers. And he apologized. I'm so very sorry for causing you any problem here. He gave me the flowers. And that was the last we saw of this guy. I don't necessarily recommend that, because if he had come back and, pulled out his AK-47 and blasted the place, you would say, well, you should have called the police. But any possible way of conflict resolution in this wonderful city we live in. I'm not recommending that, by the way. Call the police. And that's the city that now my good friend Annette is leaving from. Annette and Bruce are going to move up to Indo, up the road. And I bumped her over about a year or more ago. She came up here and told the story. And ever since then, I've been trying to get her to come back. And she's had one of these very busy lady, publishing, writing books, doing things. And I finally said, okay, you're leaving Japan in January. Sorry, leaving the heart of Japan in January. Sorry, leaving Kyoto. So would you please come again? So she's here to give us a little story about whatever she's going to talk about. And the title of that story is, it's Packing Up from Kyoto. So here's Annette Levy. Would you please welcome her?